A new poll finds that, well, actually, a lot of Americans, most Americans actually, agree with Donald Trump that crime is still a major problem in major American cities. Here's the problem for Democrats. They have been screeching just about any time that Donald Trump says one thing, the Democrats are basically veering opposite. And this is going to be another one of those cases where the Democrats are going to look like they're on the side of crime, and that's going to hurt their poll numbers. According to the AP Norc poll, 53% of Americans agree with how Trump is handling crime. It's even higher than his approval rating. So, what's the deal? The Democrats still haven't learned that they need to be a little more strategic in how they oppose Donald Trump. Just loudly proclaiming everything is authoritarian is not going to work for the opposition party, especially with this upcoming midterm cycle. Yes, historically, the party out of power does better in a midterm election. The problem is the opposition party this time, the Democrats, still haven't recovered from all of the issues that gave them a defeat in 2024 that led to Donald Trump becoming president once again. So, what do the Democrats need to do? They need to be a little more strategic about it. You're seeing a reduction in some of the key metrics that Americans were worried about. There are still some problems for Donald Trump. There's still some problems for Republicans. People are worried about inflation going back up with tariffs. We're seeing some signs in the economy that things aren't as strong as the president would like them to be. But the Democrats have been so vocally unhinged against Donald Trump and against the Republican agenda that voters don't see any sort of relief in going back to the Democratic Party. You could break even or even see Republicans having a pretty good election cycle because Democrats just haven't figured out how to connect with American voters and show them they are the more responsible governing party. And look, I'm not saying that I want the Democrats to win. I'm a conservative guy. The economic weakness, the signs that we're seeing, that's easy enough for the Democrats to exploit politically and be able to get some support on. But they really, really have to try to do it in a more rational way. A lot of folks are saying, well, Democrats need fighters. Everybody praised Donald Trump for being a fighter. It's because he fought for issues that voters cared about. And all Democrats are doing are fighting against Donald Trump, and they're putting themselves on the 20% side of 80-20 issues on a near constant basis. They did that with the immigration issue. They did that on the extreme trans issues, on policy issues, on fiscal issues. They've done it over and over again. And Donald Trump, as much as folks don't want to admit it, Donald Trump's been a course correction for a lot of Americans. Now, they will eventually want to course correct back the other way because there is no such thing as permanence in politics, but Democrats haven't given them a reasonable alternative yet. If they can't find a way to address crime in a way that makes Americans feel safer without coming across as being pro criminal and pro crime and pro murder and all this other stuff, the Democrats don't have a chance.